Upstate is going to be on the offensive for this one. And we're on Pearl. Sorry I couldn't go over the team matchups beforehand, but this is going to be playing against Mount Aloysius. Sorry if I butchered the crap out of that. Quick push out of mid. Great first kill. Quickly traded out, though. Jet with a Sheriff. 4v4. Lurk coming through mid. Quickly picked off. Spike is down. Alright. Omen getting a good lurk in through B. Jet weary of it, but not fully aware. They heard him TP. Very sure he's up there now. Swing out. Whiff. Okay, good fake TP out. He may or may not know. He does know. That's a good pick. That's a double for him. Upstate in a 2v4 situation. Clove is low, though. Weary of it gets the first pick. Ooh, phenomenal timing there lurking in. Knows there's a long fight. Not able to connect. There's a triple. And not able to finish it off in time. All right. Aloysius with the first round. I apologize again. I am going to be butchering that hard tonight. So, sorry in advance. Welcome, everybody. My name is Beatster, and I will be casting for you today. Yeah, I am definitely excited to be here. Definitely getting a lot more used to solo casting. You know, it would be nice to have somebody here with me to do this, but I'm starting to learn how to talk to myself. And I guess just talk to the camera. So, we're getting it. Alright. Round 2. Cheeky little 5-man mid. Dash cross. Does get spotted. Gets a good pick. That's a headshot. Sees is good. Catches 2. Quickly picked off, though. Upstate finding the win here on a on an eco round, excuse me. Aloysius on their buy round, getting low-key kind of cooked, chat. All right, there it is. Spectre spike down. There's a flank. Oh, the classic, hitting a classic with good right click. Gets a quick escape. Oh, and that's an outlaw and a ghost picking off. All right, now this is where you would expect it to be. 2v1, and our observer has broken the PC, it looks like. Oh, the entire match seems to have been canceled. What did y'all do? Oh, we believe the server might have crashed. Ah, that's always fun. Okay, so yeah, it appears that somebody over at Aloysius was hosting the server, or hosting the match, and the guess is from the players that it crashed. Nick, what's the protocol for that? Do they just have to go back to where they were? Or, second round. Second round was like about to... Okay, yeah, so... did anybody press tab to see what, like, ult charge was at? Well, actually... yeah, so, they could probably just do, like, a fresh restart of it then, yeah? Since nobody... yeah, just redo first, like, restart from first round. Yeah, well, ask... 0-1 them. Yeah, just one of y'all ask them in the chat, yeah. Okay, so based off of the conversation, general summary. They are restarting it. They are going to decide whether they want to try to recreate the circumstances leading up to the second round or just a straight restart. I believe they're just going to go for a straight restart, but we will have to see. All right. All right. All right, it looks like we're just going to be completely restarting it. Which kind of sucks for Aloysius, but, you know, at the end of the day, what can you do? But we are back in the game, and here we go. All right. All right. Upstate hitting another 5-man mid. It worked out well for them last time. Oh, I'm sorry, 4-man mid. Oh, spotted out by the eye. That's unfortunate. But Upstate having great control mid. Here's that classic round 1 fight. Going in Upstate's favor. They find 2. Oop. I spoke too soon. Caster curse. All right. 3v3. Upstate has control of mid, but Aloysius lurking about. Alright, they know Killjoy has set up on A. Interestingly enough, choosing to go for that. Okay, here we go. Fade coming up on a lurk. Jet's watching for it. He didn't hear the drop. He's about to die to the back. Yep, there it is. That's unfortunate. It finds 2. Likely going to be 3, and there it is. If memory serves, that's about how the first round went anyways, so... No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. Alright. Round 2, let's see if this goes better for Upstate. They now know that this KJ is constantly setting up on A. So, if I was them, what I would do is go for a mid to B hit. Either down the straight, so I would probably send them down the straight and then have 1 or 2 lurk in their spawn for the rotate. But they definitely want mid control here, and Aloysius giving up a good portion of it. I believe that was a Marshall, rings out, not able to fully connect. Alright, Upstate taking that mid control. Clove, Timbers, partially shivered, finds 1, finds 2, quickly traded out. Okay, that is a Spectre in the hands of Upstate now. This is where things can start to get a little bit hectic. Aloysius sending their guys over to A. Dog comes through, doesn't connect. Okay, now if I was Upstate here, I would start walking to B. And it looks like they are. This is a good read. There's a ping coming out through mid, but Aloysius still weary. They know Upstate is lurking. Upstate is playing some D1 Ratter Bowl. But how is this going to go? That is a scoped gun. Walks out. Oh, dodges the shot. Okay, all right. Aloysius, know this is the hit now. Gets the pick. Finds a second. And is quickly stopped. All right, Aloysius 2-0. Upstate almost finding that out. Upstate had a good idea here. I liked what they were trying to do, but they need to commit to this a lot harder. You know somebody's back there now with a Marshall. You need to try to find some way to put pressure on them. You know, jet dash over or smoke. They had Killjoy. I don't remember what other utility they had. My bad. But yeah, Upstate needed to put a lot more pressure onto that jet, like I was saying. Like, you put pressure onto that jet, you get that kill, then you can take that Marshall and you can go play B long. Okay. All right, now this is buy round for Upstate. This is where they can shift the momentum back into their favor here. All right, Fade Eye catches 1, quickly broken. All right, Aloysius have 3 set up on B. They know this is likely where Upstate was going to play. Good read, good pick too from the mid lurk. Finds a second, flicks around, finds 3. Biggest Starcraft fan is cooking. Get this man a chef hat. Oh, not able to find a 4th, but that is great pressure out of him. Aloysius, their timbers are now officially shivered. All right, KJ does still have her stuff. Oh, never mind, KJ is dead. You know, maybe I need to start looking at who's actually dying. That'd probably be a smart thing to do. Spike planted, and the timer ticks. All right, Jet, close with the Sheriff. Finds a quick pick. All right, has the Marshal out. Pop flash. Ooh! Relies too much on the pop flash to commit for him. All right. And now it's a post-plant situation. KJ is low, but you don't need to be right in front of them to hit the nade. You can hit it from anywhere. Good shot in the back, and Upstate live with 3. 1-2. Now that was a really great round out of Upstate, but they got a little bit cocky there, I feel like, because there's like KO pop flashing there. He relied too much on the scariness of the flash. Like, because the Jet was right there, that close, he literally just said, and just walked past the flash. If he had thrown it out farther behind him to pressure the Jet away, because if I was that Jet, I would have walked up too. I would have put a whole lot of pressure on him. All right, getting into round 4. Upstate having a split eco here. Honestly, to be expected, especially after a round 3 bye. All right. Aloysius putting a lot of their people on B, relying heavily on that Killjoy to hold down A site. I do like that KJ setup, though. You've got the alarm bot watching there. Okay, that's good. Knife doesn't connect. Smoke down from both sides. Alarm bot broken. Swinging with a Sheriff. Gets 2 shots. Third, not able to connect, but all right. There's a quick trade for Upstate, though. Nade out, spike going down. Nade does connect, not able to finish off that kill, but that's basically somebody dead. There we go. All right, Upstate. Ooh, quick trades, good fights. All right, we're in a 3v2 situation here. Clo for Aloysius is 1 shot. I'm not able to see if they have the overhealth, though.
One enemy remaining.
Good pick. All right. Here we go. Finds 2! Okay. We're in a 1v1 situation now. TP's a good sound bait. And spray. Connects. Upstate win the round by the hair of their chinny chin chin. Does he die? Unfortunately, he dies. I wonder... Now, I haven't played Valorant in a while, so my timing might be off for this, but I think he could have just left. I think he had time to simply run away. It would have been close. There might be like 0.4 to 0.8 seconds there for difference, but I think he could have just left. You know, somebody bring it up in the chat. Do you think he could have gotten away? I think yes. All right. Upstate going with one of their classic mid takes here. Neon holding door close with a Phantom. The dog doesn't see him. Oh, that could be bad if they walk. Ooh. Okay, opting to go for another A hit. They know Aloysius has been hard stacking this B side. Fade Eye unfortunately doesn't fit through. The lineup was not there for him. All right. This Neon has been sitting here patiently waiting. Will the kill come through? Dog gets spotted. Quick swing does find the pick still. Oof. That is a great pick for Aloysius. Upstate kicking themselves for that one. Kind of splitting up now. Not sure what they need to do. They're going for that B hit. They know they've put a lot of people in the mid. Upstate getting a good read on this. All right, Aloysius know this is a B hit. Ooh. Jet's getting a good look here, but Upstate doesn't have time for it to fully commit through. They've only got 15 seconds left. Yep, they've got the Omen ult. Sends it over. He cancels it. I wonder, oh, that's tragic for Upstate. Wait, was it canceled or was it broken? I missed that. We left the Omen spectating. Well, that is going to be, regardless, that is a round for Aloysius, 3-2 in their favor. Ooh, I liked what Upstate had cooking there. They had a great plan there, you know? They were going to have the Omen take Spike and ult away. But I looked away from the minimap, and our spectator was on somebody else. I don't know if he canceled that Omen ult, or if he got shot out of it by that Neon. Oof, that is absolutely detrimental. You know, if he had just teleported into backside right there, it would have been great. Upstate would have had the play. Aloysius would have had to rotate through into that jet, and he would have ate good. Yummy, yummy. All right, Upstate instead now on their eco round, opting for a 5-man or a 4-man, just right down A main. You know what? Can't complain. Knife does connect. KJ nades are down. Alarm bot is down as well. Neon going for a flank. Does get spotted on Upstate's alarm bot. All right. We are now in a 5v5 post plant. Upstate had both jets have ult. Only Aloysius jet has ult though. Ooh, KJ with a good pick though. Fatal does connect onto only one of Upstate. All right. Aloysius. Tap bomb. Holding it.
Last player standing.
Oof, unfortunate. KJ not able to fully commit off of that. Finds the pick. Not able to get the gun, unfortunately. Does get a good pick there, but Aloysius having really good stuff on their comp here. Honestly, both teams are running essentially the same comp here. You know, both teams have a jet. Both teams have a fade. Both teams have a KJ. But it varies in smokes and initiator. You know, Aloysius are opting for a clove. Sorry, not braining. A clove versus an Omen, and a KO versus a Neon. Honestly, both sides are viable. You know, especially for an attack side first, KO is a great pick. You know, especially if you're going to be hitting the sights with the enemy Killjoy, you simply throw your knife. What is KJ going to do about it? All your utility is down, and that's a free sight, but one of the best things to do with Jet is buy an op and just park yourself on B. And he gets that pick. All right, Upstate walking over. Unbeknownst to them, there's a trap sitting. There's one, finds two, finds three. Finds a 4. Flawless for Mount Aloysius. Great play by them. That was incredibly smart. You know, they know that Upstate has been taking a lot of time to try to figure out where they want to go and just sitting around in either mid or their spawn. And what did they do? They punished it. They punished it heavy. They got the read and they got the walk up. And that's a triple. You know, what can you do about it? Now, what I want to see out of Upstate is I want to see them commit. I want to see them find something and fight for it, you know? If they're going to hit this B site, what do they need to do? Throw a KO flash over the side, pressure this jet out that they know is definitely going to still be sitting here with that op. They opt for a smoke, and they're still going to get punished for it because Jet can simply sit on top there. Fade Eye spots him out, quickly broken, but that did spot, I believe, all of Upstate. KJO coming down, that is a great placement for them, but only gets picked off before it drops. Upstate in a basically 2v5 situation here. KJ ult will connect onto nothing. All right, now Aloysius coming back quickly for this. Spike does get planted. That is money in the pockets of Upstate. Finds one quickly. That was a great flick, but Aloysius find two in return. And there it is. Aloysius playing the retake game incredibly there, but not even just that. They had a great hold at the start there too. You know, this Jet sitting there with that op, they need to throw something out to pressure her out, you know? Like, you can throw Fade Eye up over the top to land on top of the roof, spot her out, pressure her away from the pre-fire. You know, pop a KO flash around the corner. Pressure her away with that. The Omen smoke, I get what they were doing with that because last time she did that, she was sitting down under in halls. But there's a perfectly good box right up here that you can sit on, and it blocks out all the smokes too. Now, could she theoretically just jiggle away from the flash? Yes. But I know... brain. If Upstate were able to play off of the timing of the flash correctly, then when the flash goes out, she will either try to commit and shoot afterwards or simply run away from it. All right, I spot somebody, but quickly picked off. Immediately hits the ult, trying to bait. Upstate not going to fall for it, and instead shooting just through the box. Did commit one jet knife for it, but that's okay. Those come back. Quickly picked off, though, trying to lurk around. The op has been moved over to A now. All right, Upstate knows that this KJ has been setting up on A, and now that the op is here, what they need to do, honestly, is go back to B. That's a good pick. All right, Upstate committing to this B hit. Commit the fatal. All right, Spike is going down and planted. All right, and now the game continues. Quick trade off there. That's the KJ for the Neon. Omen dies 2. Fade finding 2. That's a good pop flash. Finds both. Not able to get the flick in time. Upstate barely losing out on that one. You know, Upstate had a great push there. They had great utility usage, but their post-plant, look at where they all died. 4 of them died in art or library. I don't remember what that's called. Regardless, 4 of Upstate died in that same spot. What I would love to see them start doing is setting something up for their flank watch, you know? Like, in the box on library, you can put KJ turret there, and it'll watch everything that you need to for flank. Then you can commit the alarm bot to, say, CT, and then you have nades on Spike, and then KJ can just go scroll on TikTok while they're waiting for post-plant taps. You know, I've done that. I've actually done that. I have put down my KJ utility, gone off, and pulled out my phone and started scrolling on TikTok. Did I win the round? I don't remember. I just remember laughing like hell while I was doing that. Enough about me. We're back to the action. All right. Upstate choosing to smoke R, dashes through, gets both KJ nades out and the bot. That's good. Knife, I believe that connects. Ooh, a good pick though onto the KJ. Good quick trade though. That is flank watch for smokes, but the great thing about Clove, wherever she dies, she can still smoke afterwards. Aloysius committing to fatal. Jet gets a good swing, but his gun fails him. All right, Upstate in a bit of a pickle now. They were relying on that kill, and now they have to back off. All right, that's a good fade seize. Finds them, but they can still walk out. That's a good hit. Good kill, that's a double. All right, Spike did get half though. That's a good kill. 1v1 situation. I don't know if he actually wanted to TP up or not. Finds a 4-piece. Darwin coming in clutch for Upstate. And he lives this time. We love to see it. That was a great round for Upstate. They had phenomenal post-plant gameplay right there. You know, they were getting picked off, but they weren't just getting picked off. They were getting trades. They played around each other. They played with each other's utility, and they won. We'd love to see it. Oh, yeah. Also, shout out to Upstate. We have jerseys now, folks. That's right, with names on them. Buy my jersey. I don't get commissions for it, but it'll be nice to know. All right, Upstate with a great pick there. Finds 2. All right, their mid push. Going back to, what do we say, chat? Unreliable. All right, ooh, going for a split push here. They do have Omen ult if they choose to go A with this. I wonder how they're going to do this. Omi gets picked off though. The strat is cooked. Spike is down. Jet caught reloading and punished for it heavily. All right, quick trade though. Upstate in a 3v2 situation, but KJ is half. All right. Aloysius is dedicating both to watching Spike. That's smart, but Upstate, if they're smart, they have both KO flashes. They have Fade walk up, wait for KJ to walk over and find the flank. Upstate can hit a phenomenal 3-2-1 here. Ooh, smart placement for the turret. Will spot him. They know he's flank now. Ooh, that's bad. As a pop flash. Doesn't connect. Jet was hiding phenomenally there. Finds a quick trade. It is now a 1v1. All right. What to do now? 20 seconds. Spike is not in a safe spot for you to grab it. He's just going to sit there. He knows that the Jet knows that KJ has to walk up here and fight him for it. Spots him. I don't think he's got the time for this. He does not. Nope, he took too long. And that is a round to Mount Aloysius. 8-3. Yeah, he was about 3 seconds short on that, 2.6. But before I forget, yes, we do have jerseys. Everybody has a jersey now. We've got nothing on this. Sorry, I'm backwards on here. Okay, cut me some slack. We've got esports on the stuff, big jersey, and names on the back. Now, I don't fully remember when these will be out, but they will be available to buy at some point in the future. And if you want, I'm sure you can send whoever's jersey you're buying, you can send them like $5 on PayPal or Cash App, and they will sign it for you. I know I will. But we are hitting a pause now for the game. This was done by Upstate. I would have liked to see this pause come in a lot sooner, you know, especially when they were down like 2-5, 2-6. I feel like that would have been a much better time for this, because now we're just we're in the last round. They kind of have to use it now at some point, but I would have loved to see this come in sooner, give themselves a chance to kill this momentum that Aloysius has been working off of heavily, and reset themselves. You know, they've been taking this very slow. They needed to sort of take a break and say, okay, guys, we need to pick up the pace. You know, we need to figure out what we are doing and what we are not doing. All right, and we are back into the action. The pause is over. Let's see how this goes. Fade out of 8 doesn't find anything. I like this Marshall skin, by the way. I haven't seen that one in a long time. All right. Upstate hitting a good slow push. This is what they like to do. Oof, not able to get the pick or even the connection. That is unfortunate. Fade Eye doesn't find anything. That's a good mid lurk, though, out of the KJ. Some good pressure onto that Fade. All right, KO ulting in. Finds a pick by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Honestly, oh, and there's a Fade to pick him out. Honestly, KO needs to find some way to go down. You know, if he goes down and they get that reset on him, that is a lot more health that he's able to play with now, but unfortunately, not able to get it. And that's a double for Clove. All right, and this KO on 5 HP does get spotted out. Pop Flash does connect. Does he find it? Oh, he's not able to fully finish it out. Unfortunate for Upstate that the timeout did not go in their favor. That is 9-3 to Mount Aloysius, but do we have believers? There are plenty that believe in the 9-3 curse. Now, me, myself, I definitely think that it exists. I think the curse is definitely real, but it is not as potent as many people think. You know, it can affect the entire game, but only if you let it. It definitely does have an effect on the first 2 rounds, maybe 3rd. But will it work into Upstate's favor and give them the confidence that they need to push through, or will it affect Aloysius and give them too much of an ego?
It begins.
Only time will tell. Upstate opting for 3 onto A and putting the Killjoy utility mid. Interesting. Let's see if they cook. Neon sending it down mid, does find him, does find the Omen, excuse me, but nearly dies for it. All right. Oof, and there's a pick onto the KO, also nearly giving up their life for it. All right, and that is Mount Aloysius taking B site for free. Not free, excuse me. They did have to pay a good bit of blood for that. Blah, blah, blah.
Spike planted.
Spike down, we are now in post plant.
Bring them down. We found one.
Quick trade, does connect.
Player standing.
Not in Upstate's favor, unfortunately. Neon slides in, does get picked off for the hubris, but that is first round to Mount Aloysius. Ah, and this is what I was talking about. Normally the 9-3 curse goes in favor of the other team, but it can be a detriment to said losing team because confidence, you know, it can be a great thing to have, but confidence can quickly turn into arrogance. And I'm interested to see how Upstate is going to recover from this. I would love to see them 3-stack B, commit this KJ to A like Aloysius was doing, because the one thing that Aloysius does not have that Upstate was able to rely on heavily was the KO. That's a good pick, though, for Upstate. That's a Vandal! Ooh! Somebody was feeling their ego. All right, this can work great for Upstate now. They do have a Vandal. Let's see what they can do with it, though. The rest of the team rocking Bandits and Ghosts and a couple of Classics. That's a running Spectre pick, though. Ooh, okay, that's a good trade, though. Upstate in a 2v3 situation. Spike is down, but like I said earlier, they have that Vandal. Ooh, Alarm Bot connecting onto the nade. That is some big damage. That's a quick pick. Tharja going for the ace! Gets it! That is an ace for USC Upstate, and the round goes to them. Phenomenal playing out of biggest Tharja fan. Shout out Jackson, who is currently not in the arena, but that man is cooking tonight. Phenomenal gameplay out of him. I loved how he put down his turret too and played heavily off of that. Because not only did it stop that Jet from being able to put a lot of pressure onto the Jet defusing, it also told him where he was. You know, he figured out exactly where that Jet was hiding, and he was able to punish that heavily. This is a great round for Upstate too, because not only did they win that round, they won on Aloysius buy round. So now Aloysius, they're all broke, and they're gonna get punished for it too. There's that Vandal coming in clutch, finding a double. I does spot them out, but they have their own Fade utility to play with. Smoke down, cutting off Aloysius. Does get picked off though. That's a great pick with the Sheriff. Tharja choosing to back up here. Smart. He knows that they're all there. That's a good lurk from the Jet, but not able to get a quick click. Finds another one. One enemy remaining. 3v1. He will die eventually, but the question is, how many can he take with him? Pop Flash does come through. He knows he's there. That's a good pick, though. That's a triple for Jackson. That is 8 kills in 2 rounds. This man, his chef hat is coming in clutch now. Plus, not only that, he's got the K. That's a quick pick. Tharja going for the ace! Gets it! That is an ace for USC Upstate, and the round goes to them. Phenomenal playing out of biggest Tharja fan. Shout out Jackson, who is 3rd round, but how is it going to play out? Because I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to their ecos, but Upstate's eco is looking pretty solid right now. And Aloysius, not so good. But it looks like Aloysius is going to be going for a 5-man to 4-man right now, but the 5th is on the way. Omen Smoke doing in numbers here. Fatesies does connect. Alright, Aloysius prepping for it now. Omen Smoke is down. Defensive KJ ult. That's great timing for that. Aloysius have to get this plant though. Alright, that's a quick trade. Spike is down. He is going to get away from that. Unfortunate for Upstate. If they had thrown that just a couple of seconds quicker, they might have been able to stop the plant altogether. Honestly, I would have loved to see them instead hold it for post-plant. That's a good pick, though. All right. Ooh, there's a Jet on the flank, though. Finds the pick. All right, Upstate. Oh, no. We've got an issue here. Upstate sent one too many flank. I don't think they're going to have time to defuse it. There's the Clove Smoke. Yeah, he's going to have to give. He's got to give that one up. Good plays out of Upstate, but Aloysius playing the numbers game. It's a lot easier to win a 5v4. Unfortunate for Upstate, but regardless, that is a round to Mount Aloysius. 11-5. Now, I loved what Upstate had going there. You know, they had the KJ ult this quickly. Go ahead and use it. You're going to cycle it back eventually. Yes, it's an 8 cost, but you're going to get kills. You're going to die. It's going to come back. I liked how he wanted to use it there, but I feel like he hit it too late. I would have loved to have seen that, you know, once they had taken control of site, maybe hit it behind a ticket booth, or is that ticket booth? Whatever that little box is in the middle of a site. Hit it behind there. And then guarantee the post plant. Goes for the shot, does whiff. Aloysius going for a 4-man mid, taking a page out of Upstate's book. Let's see how it works for them. Fade Dog on the prowl, does get knocked out though. Smoke coming in too little too late. Aloysius already through. Not able to find that. Alright, Aloysius with 2. Fear does come out. He gets spotted, shot through. Alright, Upstate with a good counter. Finds 2. It's a 2v2 situation. Oh, just to the side, and that round goes to Mount Aloysius. Unfortunate out of Upstate there. You know, they had a great post-plant fight there, but that KO is just a little bit off to the side. If he had been just a tiny bit closer, he would have been able to definitely get that cloak. And honestly, maybe the jet too. Who knows? You know, if, ands, and buts, and coconuts, and all that good stuff. Wreck-It Ralph. All right, looks like Mount Aloysius going for another B hit here. Let's see how this goes. Right, there's the run through. Does get punished for it. Oh, but Mount Aloysius find 2 in return. All right, now, what is Upstate going to do here? They are in a 2. All right, I have just been informed by my production that it is pronounced Aloysius, not Aloysius. All right, that's a good pick, though. It is post-plan. Alarm bot finds him. Aloysius not doing anything off it. KO ult does come through. Not able to fully commit off of it. Does get shot in the side. And that is Aloysius. 13-5. I apologize for anybody from that school that is watching for absolutely butchering your school's name. But that is map 1 to Mount Aloysius. 13-5. Next up, though, is Breeze. And anybody that knows me knows I do not like Breeze. I despise that map with a passion. Because for me, I play a lot of close quarters. You know, I love playing Reyna. I love playing Raze. I dabble in KO. But I like the close maps, you know? Breeze, for me, feels like there's too much open space. Especially around mid and A. There is so much just free open space. There's not a whole lot of cover there. And it's just hard to play around because a lot of that space is just open. You know, so much, like, sure, there's Fade Eye, Sova Dart, KO Knife if you want to get, you know, really technical with it, but a lot of the utility in Valorant relies on close to medium range combat, you know? Fade Seas, KJ Nade, stuns, the lot of them. Flashes, not so much, but some flashes do rely on that, like Yoru Flash, for example. I know Upstate particularly likes to play Yoru. I don't know about Aloysius, but it is a lot more reliant on gunplay, but it is more so relying on micro flicks. If you want to get really technical with it, micro flicking, and that is not everybody's strong suit, especially for people like keeping it a stack. We're not all pro players. Like this is technically, you know, professional Valorant, right? Like we're doing this for a tournament, for an official organization, but we're not contracted. 90% of the people that play this game are doing it purely for the love of the game. Except for Winthrop, but that's a wallet issue. But we are going to be having a Fortnite LAN, though. I would love to see some support for those guys. They have been working very hard through a lot of difficult stuff to get to where they are. They have been playing great. I've been giving one of our guys, Mason, a lot of slack about it, but he's a great guy. I would love for y'all to also come by and support them. I may or may not be casting for that as well, so if for nothing else, come to see me. But Fortnite will be going to a LAN tournament, and we are now taking a break for, I believe, 2 more minutes. I'm going to go get some water. I'll be back in a couple. That's a quick pick. Sargent going for the ace! Gets it! That is an ace for USC Upstate, and the round goes to them. Phenomenal playing out of biggest Starja fan. Shout out Jackson. Guess who, guys? I'm back. All right, we've got Breeze coming up now, and like I said earlier, not the biggest fan of Breeze, but I'm sitting in the caster chair. They're the ones playing the game. Now, I'm liking what Aloysius' team is cooking here. Cypher did get some buffs for his trips, and so those are going to be a lot longer now, but Upstate playing a lot more to just the fightiness of the map. You know, they don't have a true sentinel. They've got 2 initiators and 2 controllers, and then a neon. They're able to play a lot more off of this double smoke utility, which I really like. You know, because Upstate, especially if you were just watching that last round, Upstate is very good at just taking fights. You know, it may not always work in their favor, but they are very scrappy, and the people that they've chosen have a lot of utility for them to use, so they don't have to be as stingy with it as they were. Alright. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this Breeze goes, because there have been some changes to the map since I last played it. So, let's see what happens. Alright, does get spotted out. Alright, Upstate going for another mid lurk here. I love how they're trying to take space mid here, but there's a Yor coming up. They spot each other, neither one connects. Flash up, flicks away. Nice use of neon utility. Good pick though, that's a Cypher, that's a big. And there's the Yor pick, alright. Upstate have control of mid and only half of sight. Recon Bolt does connect. That's a pick, though. Good pick out of Aloysius. Viper kind of out in the open here. If Upstate connected that, they do. That's a good read. All right, now let's see what happens here. That's a pick, though. Spike is ticking down. Aloysius have to commit to this fight. Upstate know that, and that's a double. Upstate take first round. Beautiful round out of Upstate there. They played their utility phenomenally. You know, this Viper wall coming in, blocking off everything. Omen smokes dropping down, neon stun, KO knife, Sova dart, just throwing a bunch of shiny stuff into Aloysius's face and just making them have to look everywhere all at once. Now, Aloysius do have a similar comp too. They're running the Viper, they're running the Sova, but choosing more so to go for these duelists on Defender, which I don't fully agree with. You know, I like Upstate's comp a lot more. It has great utility for both offense and defense. That's a great pick, though. Quickly traded out. Quickly traded again. Upstate in a 4v3 now. Ooh, Jet Timbers absolutely shivered. Kneecaps blown off. 4v2. Good mid lurk, finds a pick, nearly dies for it. At the Marshall, he does not care. Sorry, that was not a Marshall. Great second round out of Upstate. That was phenomenal. You know, they did have a death, but they had 4 people still alive, which is going to be great going into this 3rd round, where Aloysius are going to be able to buy Vandals and Phantoms, but I don't think all of them are going to be able to, you know. They all committed to their full utility as far as I'm aware. And they had non-classic ghosts, you know. They had Ghost. They had Outlaw. I think one of them had a Sheriff. Don't quote me on that. But let's see how this goes for Upstate. Going for a 4-man A. Wall up. That knife definitely did connect. That's a good pick out of Upstate. Nearly dies for it, but he's still alive to do damage. Spots the Jet trying to lurk up mid. That's another good pick for Upstate. Aloysius Sova dart doesn't connect. Shock dart whiffs as well. Upstate, since the shock dart also missed, but they have all of their people alive. Aloysius down 2. Now it is a game of time. How long can Upstate hold this out? Oh, that's a good timing connect. Find two. Aloysius, one man alive. Finds a pick, finds two, but he's not going to be able to get it. This spike is gone. It's past him. Oh, they're right next to each other. Flash doesn't connect. Spots him out of the corner of his eye. Finds the kill. Upstate scrambling to get these guns now. And they will get them.
We're not done yet, but soon.
Phenomenal round out of Upstate there. They played that beautifully. You know, making great use out of their utility to stall, and not only to stall for time, but also take space and hold it. Now, I'm interested to see what Aloysius are going to be doing here, because they know Upstate have worked not only for A, but also for B. So, choosing to go for a split, but that's a good pick out of the mid. Finds a second one with Phantoms, by the way. This should not be working here, but it is. I don't know what Upstate are cooking over the break, but if it works, it works.
Toxins going up.
All right, that's a good fake, though. All right, Neon does take space B, but that's not where they're going. Look over at A. Upstate have the game for free. Planting out in the open. That's a good plan. Oh, finds the pick onto the Cypher, but quickly traded out regardless. 4v1 for Upstate. Let's see how this goes. No, he's on the other side of the smoke, and they're going to get him. Upstate 4-0, 4 alive. This is going great for Upstate right now. You know, they are playing off of each other well. They're using their abilities phenomenally, and they're hitting their shots. You know, one of the big takeaways from that last map was Upstate was kind of struggling to hit their shots, but a change of scenery, a vacation to Fiji, seems to do the brain wonders. And the mouse. Upstate's doing great now. I'm expecting to see if Upstate ends up winning this round, making it 5-0, I feel like Aloysius need to take a timeout here, kill this momentum that Upstate is cooking. Sova Cypher A, Viper Yoru B. If Upstate can figure this out, B should be a relatively free hit for them. Quick pick onto the mid lurker. Is yours getting frisky? Good flick away onto the clone, but not able to flick back in time. Sova finds the lurker. Ooh, I might have just cursed Upstate. Sorry, folks. That is a 2v4 situation. And Spike is not in their favor at all. That is in a bad spot. Last player standing. Now, what will Blake do? Can he cook? No, he can't. Unfortunate round for Upstate. Just caught, honestly, playing their ones a little bit too much. You know, Upstate were caught out, you know, 1v2ing. Technically, there was a 1v1 between the Yoru and the Omen, but there were two Yorus, so that's a 2v1. But that is my bad. I believe I just cast or cursed them, so I will not be doing that again, or on purpose at least. So I apologize. But let's see how Upstate are going to recover from this. They do have 3 ults to cook with here. One of them being the Neon ult. That's a quick pick onto the Yoru. They knew that he was playing there earlier, and he wins it out. That duel is 1-1. But as everybody knows, it's best of 3. Okay. Upstate sitting on B, waiting for Aloysius to overextend and look for these picks that they are so unbelievably fond of.
Spike down mid.
All right, those are quick picks now. All right, Upstate finds 3. That's a triple for the Omen. All right. Quickly traded out, though. Upstate now has a site. Spike will be going down. Would have loved to see the Viper plant that, try to get some ticks for the ult, but regardless, it is down. Almost out. All right, Upstate able to play the game now. Jackson needs to find somewhere new to go, but there is a jet that's coming up. All right, Upstate has time. They have a chance to cook here. Would love to see Jackson try to hit a wraparound to his right.
Last player standing.
Oh, but he gets spotted out. And Darwin not able to finish out that kill. All right, and that is 2-4 for Aloysius. Upstate losing their grip on the game now. You know, they had a really good set going, but after that catastrophe for them that happened in mid, they're just crumbling now. You know, that last round was going good for them, but they lost it. They weren't able to fully recover from it. So Upstate needs to find their momentum. They need to lock in their inner Mojo Jojo and just start winning again. Push up, be aggressive. They still have those 3 ults from earlier, and now the Sova ult. Somebody needs to press V here. Cypher Trip does find him, but they're not able to do anything with it. He jumped behind the pillar. Upstate getting a quick plant, hitting the Neon ult, finally. Thank you. Finds a good pick, finds 2. Sova counter ulting, that's 3. Viper getting picked off, but this Neon is coming in. Finds a 4th. Does he get the ace? No, he gets too greedy. If he throws stun there, he gets it. Unfortunate. Upstate committed 3 of their ults there, but a win is a win. There are still, math, 5 rounds to go. There's definitely time for those ults to come back. Also, I am now looking in chat. How many gifted subs for Meepster to make a return to Val? Honestly, I would need my duo with me. You know, it wouldn't be the same without him. But there has been talks in the competitive affairs chat of if/when Overwatch wins their LAN, of me cutting my hair and it getting used as a mop. So we will see about that. All right, back to the action. Aloysius hitting Viper ult B. The fart cloud is down. Now, I'm interested to see what Upstate are going to do here, because normally whenever a Viper ults, especially at that section, normally you would just not fight that side at all, but that's a quick pick onto the Jet. This Jet is not having a very fun game. Neon dashes over, finds a second one. This man is feeling himself. Drone does find him, but Recon Dart is down. They're not able to find this Viper in her ultimate. Upstate getting a good read. They're just saying, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with that. I don't know how many more people are in there. Good save there. Upstate have A for free.
Careful here.
All right, that's a good set of ears there. They hear the Cypher above them. Sova hitting a lurk up. That new spot is very interesting. Gets a pick, gets the quick trade. Flawless for Upstate. Now, that was a great round out of Upstate. They played their numbers game effectively. Similar to what Aloysius did on their first round win. Upstate played it there too. They played their numbers and found the solo picks. And they made it work in their favor. They made Aloysius play into their hands, and it worked flawlessly. But they now have that KO ult still, and Viper ult coming back online now. Or finally, sorry, that's the first time this Viper ult is coming on for Upstate. Aloysius hit theirs last round. All right. Smokes down, knife out. They know that at least one of them is on B. I don't know if they've clocked the Jet yet. Doesn't matter. Upstate find 2. There's a pick onto the site and a pick on a flanker. There's another one. Tech Deck is getting absolutely merged this game. He's not able to play much at all. All right, Upstate have a good watch on mid for that swing out. The Viper ult. Great commit here, but maybe would have done better if they had saved it for a later round. Sova running around to the side. He gets heard. Does get picked off. All right. Ooh, quick trade though out of the Cypher. Oh, Shorty trying to be bodacious, not able to do it. Upstate losing maybe more than they had to there. But a win is in fact a win. Upstate are now 7-2. This game is going great for them. Now, I would love to see them continue to use their utility, you know? They're not essentially spamming it, but they're not being stingy with it. If they think they can get value out of it, if not to do damage, but to take space, they are using it. And I love that because not only does it show that they are willing to do stuff with it, they have confidence, and confidence is key. But they need to be careful about turning that confidence into arrogance. Ooh, Sovadar going far. Oh, Yoru finding a quick pick there, but immediately traded out. He had good timing. If that Sovadar had connected, he would have known that there was two there and would have played that a lot differently. All right. Upstate have control of the mid. Not able to connect it. Caught playing with his gun. This is why we don't play with our stuff, chat. Pause. Anyway, that's a quick trade out of Upstate. 3v3. There is a Jet sitting in mid. Dash through. Does get picked out. Neon's hubris. That's a double. This is the arrogance that I was talking about earlier. All right, Aloysius have two ults that they can use. Let's see what they do with it. They don't know where he is. They know he has to be... They think he's A or mid, but they hear the plan and immediately start running over. In the words of the burnt peanut, like a moth to a flame. Now let's see what Darwin is able to do with this. Has a smoke down, is able to play off of this, but if Aloysius was smart, they would have had somebody flank or in the smoke. He gets picked off. TP through. Finds a second one. Chat, he's cooking. Good Omen ult out. Commits to it. Blind sent high. That's unfortunate for him. But he knows that he's not on spike. He knows he has to be close. He senses it. His spidey senses are tingling. That's a quadra, and he's cooking. That is a quadra for Upstate. 8-2. What spam? What a save. He clutched up hard for that. We love to see it. We had an ace in the first round and essentially an ace this round. Upstate are feeling themselves tonight. Celebrations going around. All right, now let's see if they can keep it up. All right, that's a good pick out of onto the Yoru. All right, they have Cypher trips committed here, but a well-placed KO knife will get this out of the way. Let's see if they can commit it properly. Sovadrone not able to find it. They do find the Cypher trip, but it's immediately broken. Quick trades coming out of Upstate. All right, they know side is now free, but find the Jet. Quick pick there. Knives wasted. Immediately traded out. All right, Upstate in a 3v1 situation. Does get spotted. He is heard. He might have heard Casper coming through mid, guys. I'm not entirely sure what that was.
Round before the switch.
TP through. Finds a second one. Chat, he's cooking. Good Omen ult out. Commits to it. Blind sent. It was 2 off to the left, but regardless, a kill's a kill. Now, Will Aloysius, did they unbeknowingly try to reverse the 3-9 curse? Let's see what they do. All right, Upstate knows that this Cypher has been sitting here, but you are powerless. Quick pick, good trade. All right, that's Upstate finding 3. Aloysius trying to play, take a page out of some gold gameplay. KO does get picked up. There's the Sova ult. Now, if they're smart, yes, Upstate are sending him away. They're sending him on a vacation to Hawaii. That's a good pick out of the lurker, though. D1 rat plays. All right, does get spotted, and a wallbang headshot. Upstate are 2 and 10. They are playing this phenomenally. That is some great gameplay out of Upstate in the first half, you know, playing that so well. Now, I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing here because they don't have a true sentinel. They only have utility to play around. Now, ooh, do we have a cheeky rat here, guys? Somebody knows lineups. All right, let's see. Does it connect? I'm curious. Somebody might need to take a screenshot of that.
Standing ahead.
That's a good recon dart. Spots 3. Upstate knows that this is now an A hit. Good wallbang headshot. Shock dart. Oh, unfortunately connecting onto the hitbox there. Riot is not known for having good hitboxes, guys. Your flash finds nothing. Viper wall is now ready, if you saw the animation there. Good spray. Finds one, finds two. Aloysius not clearing their corners. Finally gets picked off, but the damage is done. They're both one shot.
One enemy remaining.
That's a quick trade, but regardless, that is Upstate's round 11-2. All right, now this is where it starts to get interesting because Upstate are able to buy here, but this round will not secure them the game. It'll only get them to 12. They'd have to win one more. Aloysius going for a 5-man B, sending it mid. Does get picked off. There's 2. There's 3. Upstate cooking the books here just a little bit. Good Your Blind, not able to work off of it. Aloysius, their timbers are now shivered. They can't do too much here with the guns that they've got. The best that they can do is try to get a pick here. Finds one, finds 5. Upstate, flawless. I wish I could say sponsored, but we do not currently have any sponsors yet, guys. So if you or a loved one have a business and want to put it on our jerseys, we would love it. You know, I would love it too. You know, we do have a lot of monsters here, but we aren't able to put them on a jersey yet. So show us some love. Buy the jerseys. Subscribe to all of our stuff. Start liking our posts. Get us out there. I probably will not get to see any sponsors put on the jerseys, but I would love for the guys to have something. So start a business and put yourself on the jersey if you want to. Drone goes through, doesn't connect. Upstate knows that there's a bunch of Aloysius mid, and this is a great fight for them because they have a bunch of Spectres. Clone broken. Shock darts going through. Don't connect, but that is a lot of utility traded out. That's a double. Outlaw go burr. Or I guess bing bing. That's 3 for Upstate, 4 for Upstate. They might win this. Upstate win the round. 13-2. Great gunplay out of them. I think there were only 2 or 3 Vandals bought on the side of Upstate. They ran Phantoms and Spectres. This is some D1 buffoonery here. Now, anybody that has ever played Breeze knows that that map is like a Vandal's playhouse because it is so long range in so many spots. But Phantoms and Spectres, if you had told me that that's how we would have won this, I would have looked at you and said, no. But a win is a win, and a good win at that. Upstate are feeling themselves right now. Now, if they can carry this momentum into the third map, that is going to be phenomenal for them. Oh, and it looks like we're jumping right into it, guys. Map 3, Haven. Now, this is one of my favorite maps to play. I love Haven, especially as Arena main, because there is so much fun stuff to do here. So many corners and little cheap places that you can put your eye. All right, now let's see what the drafts look like. Both teams taking their sweet time, it looks like. I think a couple of them were caught AFK over the break. Both teams opting for a Sova and an Omen. There's the KO that Upstate has been relying so much on, and it's working great for them. Killjoy, yes! KJ used to be my main until I started doing esports for Upstate, and then I realized, wait, I can aim. But I love seeing Killjoy here. She has a special place in my heart. All right, Upstate locking it in, except for the KJ. Aloysius trying to figure out what they want to do here. They know they have 3. They're debating on a double Sentinel. Phoenix, that's an interesting choice. Phoenix definitely does have a place on this map. I don't know if he's going to stick around. He does. Lovely. All right. Now, this is a question of how you want to play, because Upstate has a lot of, well, Upstate has a lot more AoE use. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Both teams have really good AoE usage, but Aloysius has a lot more blind potential. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I think both teams have the same amount, because there's the 2 Phoenix flashes and the 1 Omen flash to the, 2 KO flashes and 1 Omen flash. Okay, but I'm very excited to see how this goes out, because both teams have stuff that they can cook with and similarities. You know, both teams have the Killjoy, have the Omen, and then the similarities drop off there. And then it's a question of the Phoenix and the Neon. Do you want to play a more fast-paced, flick-heavy game, or do you want to play more off of utility and then your gun comes secondary? Phoenix Wall, Phoenix Flash, Phoenix Molly, versus Stun, Dash, and Wall. 2 walls. But let's see how this goes. Upstate going for a default here, a staple on Haven with these 3 sites. Try to split up Aloysius as much as they possibly can. Get them to split thin, but
Find you.
they've heard C, and Aloysius are sprinting to C to try to cover this KJ. Turret is set up, but Upstate not doing much of anything here. Turret spots out, nades get popped. KJ's alone on site. That's a quick trade though. Upstate in a 3v4. Spike tapped, not able to fully put it down. Dart spots them. Aloysius have taken over Garage and they're working with it hard.
1 enemy remaining.
Find 3. That's 1, that's 2. He's got 3. Oh, not able to find the 4th or the 5th. He was going hard, but he got shut down immediately. The Sheriff only has so many bullets for you to work with. Good thoughts out of Upstate, but the round goes to Aloysius. Now, if Upstate are smart here, they will recognize that Aloysius was very quick on that rotate. They saw that and immediately started going to that site. So, if Upstate is smart here, if they can do a little test here to see how quickly Aloysius rotate, and they recognize that, they can probably squeak out a solid 4, 5, maybe 7 rounds. Definitely not 6. All right, let's see what happens now. 2-2-1, knife. Knife goes to C, doesn't connect onto the KJ. Upstate playing their slow game. They know Aloysius have rotated hard. That knife pulled them away. The eye brings them back. Aloysius are running around like headless chickens now. They don't know what to do. If Upstate pulls their big boy pants up, they can commit to this. Ooh,
Calling my bot.
collapsing onto B. That's a good lurk out of KJ. That's a good pick. Quickly traded. Upstate hurting a lot here. There's the Phoenix Molly coming down for the good heal. Spike planted. They're on a timer now. That's a running Spectre. Finds 2. Quickly traded. Finds 3. Good trade out. And that is the round. That is a quadra. All right, and that is that round. All right, now, what we're going to have to... Oh yeah. I am getting kicked out, chat. I'm getting the boot! Silencing me!
Hi guys, my name's Amara. This is my first time casting for Overwatch. Not Overwatch, oops, Valorant. See, guys, I'm already anxious. It's a lot going on. Okay, so
Bot coming back. Out of charges.
let's see what we got going on here.
Alarm bot out.
DC push the B up. Nope. They're running at C. Checking backside. Breaking util. You see the Sova coming up on backside. I don't know the names of these callouts. I'm really bad at this. Very nervous. Oh, okay. Oh my god, Omen 3K? Oh my goodness. We have everyone standing ground. Waiting for the Sova up so we get to pick on our KO. Omen TPs, trying to get this top angle. And Neon gets the kill. The wall bang. Nice. So very nervous. Oh, okay. Oh my god, Omen 3K? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, it looks like we're loudly pushing A. Setting up some util on B site. Not on B, but on the way to B. Their enemy Sova and Cypher standing ground on A.
Careful.
Can't tell if they're heavy. Sneaking in sewers. Like a bunch of rats. Alright, we have Omen smoking heaven. Now they're planting. We have some YouTube, we got a flash. Oh. Two. Oh my goodness. So everybody's dead. That's what I got from that. Everybody died, we're doing good. And this mic is so far away from my face. Guys, I'm hunching over. Mitch, you're very short. Not in a bad way. Nothing wrong with that. Alright. Is that better? Can you guys hear me now? Okay. So it was user error. First time on the job. My apologies. KJ turret out in B. Scope out some info, see what's going on. See, the thing I like about this comp solely is because of the Omen and KO. I just feel like the smokes with his flashes, and then I just feel like that's a good way to easily get on site, easily infiltrate the enemy team. It's just all about how to use it correctly. So we have our Neon sneaking in sewers. Let's see if she can scope out, smell something. Oop. So we have our Neon. He just got touched in the back, but it's okay. We have our Omen with Spike, low-key by himself, but that's okay. They're holding all sites except for C. Let's see if our team rotates. Is Upstate rotating? Alright.
30 seconds left.
Looks like Bade's ulting. Let's see if we can get some info here. This KJ backside. Everyone's backside. Fat ult from Sova. Spike has been planted. Hitting on util from Upstate. KJ's down in the corner.
One enemy remaining.
We got nice 2 picks. Oh, nice 3K from KO. Now it's just him and the Omen. Yup. Nice. Good pick from Upstate. Even on 14 HP, he was still able to pull through with the clutch. Now I think that was really clean. Very cutesy, very demure. Very cute, very cute. So now let's see what Upstate plans to do now. Can I be a little, not facetious? I don't know the word to use. I don't like KJ. I don't like her as an agent. I just think she's very, like, I feel like her util's okay, but I just feel like it's not strong as it could be. Like, I just don't know how to go anywhere further than that. But with this comp, I feel like she's very strong, especially with her duelist Cypher. Just digging in everybody's butt. But you know what? That's okay. Oh, we have KJ Molly on Spike. Got that flash out. Oh, another KJ Molly. Ooh, nice pick from KO. Nice pick from Omen. And it's over. They get the defuse, but that's okay.
Defuse the spike.
Because we do have ult charge. That's all that's important.
It is over.
I think I need a mid-round evaluation on my job right now. I'm used to just clicking buttons and being in the background. But it's okay. Alrighty, guys, so alright, so their enemy KJ has full setup on C, waiting to see if everyone's pushing up, but it's just Neon. Everyone's going A. All they have is Cypher on A, not Cypher, oops, Sova on A. Wondering if Upstate will pull any ults or if they're just gonna wait. We have a rat. Our rat KJ. Ooh, nice pick from Neon. And then she got picked off by the Phoenix Flash. Let's see if he can win this gunfight. Looks like they're trying to walk away from A. They realize it's too crowded. Maybe they can reset on B. Reset and then push B. KJ scoping out if it's safe for everyone. Still have Phoenix sitting on C.
30 seconds left.
Sporadically searching. Now let's hope this one does not get a pick on our KJ. He gets the 2K, but that's okay because our Omen gets back in there. Picks them off. Oh, looks like he's going C with their KJ down. Her util is useless. So let's see if he can get this bomb down in time and see if he can. Dang. And he did not. But that's okay. That was a good round for Upstate. Good picks. Good info. Looks like we're starting a timeout. Okay, so while we start this timeout, I'm gonna find things to talk about. I feel like to make this stream comp, I feel like to make this team comp a little bit stronger is I do like the KO, but on Haven, I'm not so sure. I'm not really a whiz when it comes to Valorant. I do love some League of Legends though. I could talk your head off about League of Legends specifically. Not a big Val nerd, but don't know meta comps, not really into that, but I've seen our team be consistently strong when it comes to their agents. Now how do you pronounce the enemy team? They're something. They're doing an okay job. They're doing pretty good. But last game, we were whooping butt, and Mitch was really good at commentating that, but I feel kind of stuck. That's okay. That's great even. Okay, round starts. We see Soa Yuto trying to get some information, but it is rendered useless. Oh. And then we have our... These two streams are like... Ooh. Have our fade pushing up, feeling a little bit... Oh, wait. Wait, guys, I see the vision. Hold on. Oh, there was no vision. It died. Alright, we have our KJ looking through, I keep saying garage. I don't even know what that's garage. And we have Cypher Util to get some information. Looks like they're trying to pick Spike back up. I don't know exactly where they'll rotate to, but let's hope the enemy team does not catch them. Cypher looks like he's trying to be a little radish. Jumping behind. See our Neon. See if she gets caught. Ooh, nice pick for Neon with the Phantom. Nice head tap.
30 seconds left.
Alright. Looks like they're rotating C now. The only person on there is KJ. KJ gets a pick on our Neon, but that's okay. Her ult is now up. We're seeing some Sova in the back line. Okay, nice pick from our Fade. Ooh. Almost a 3K. But that was okay. There was some good picks for Upstate. Not a horrible util dump. I think we did pretty fair. I don't like that sticker. Very ugly sticker. If anything, I feel like, okay, where I think Upstate would be very strong at is if they try and not just like, I feel like they need to start overtaking site a little bit more faster. I know it's hard when you have their Omen and then their Sova just like constantly just sitting there waiting on A, but just a really good push I feel like would set them over the bar, especially when it comes to trying to get that spike down. It really could make a huge difference, but I understand them playing hesitantly because this team, they like to play dirty. They stinky. Alright, so we got some info. The KO knife. Our Fade ults. Let's see if she gets any more info. I don't think so. Sova ult almost up. Got info on our KJ, I think. Now they're just all holding corners. Oh. Looks like they're pushing up on site. Nice pick from our Fade. Nice job. Oh, and wall. Oh. Almost. You know what I think would have made Upstate great there? Is if they just held corners that weren't directly in front of all of the util and the smokes. even then, I feel like the smoke was pretty good. That Omen smoke, that was a pretty good smoke. Enemy team Omen, but our team's doing pretty fair when it comes to defense. It's just that I feel like they get really scared getting off of site or like trying to retake the site after they plant. It just gets kind of nervy, especially when the enemy team is so harsh, so harsh. Let's see. Mitch, I applaud you. This is not an easy job. You are the GOAT. You the real GOAT. You the real commentator. Alright. So oh, nice pick from our Neon.
You should run.
Neon scoping out, seeing if she can win the gunfight against Phoenix, and she does. See, but KJ quickly puts an end to that. So we do have our KJ ult, seeing if we can get some more information and even stop some folks. Looks like they're pushing on site, seeing if they can get some heads.
Enemy remaining.
Nice! Fade gets a 2K. Now it's just their Cypher left. I think we can win this gunfight. I think we can get this round for ourselves. I don't think he'll have time to... And you know what? We still got the kill, so it don't even matter. It don't even matter, because we still ate that up. He still got the 3K. That's what really matters. That's what we love to see so much. We love seeing teamwork. Spray and pray, that's fine. Just have your KO on the other side of the map, just ready to shoot him up. Look at him. Oh, look at this teammate conversation going on. Absolutely beautiful. See, this is what we need more in our community. There's love and commodity in the Valorant scene, because a lot of people are mean in this game, and I don't like it. But our team, Upstate, best team ever. Best team we've ever seen. What is he talking about? So their KJ just util dumped everywhere on site. Oh, we got a flash. Let's see if they can finish him off. Nice pick from our Neon. I'm not gonna lie, every single pick that it's been, absolutely delicious. Absolutely great. Oh my goodness. Straight heads from our KJ.
Down. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Alarm.
Looks like they're... Is it their Omen that ulted?
Careful.
Oh. Alright. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. Alright guys, we're almost there. We're almost at the halfway mark. Last round before the swap. Who's excited? I know I'm excited. We have 2 ults for Upstate. No ults yet for Flash. Let's see if they can finish him off. Nice pick from our Neon. I'm not gonna lie, every single pick that it's been, absolutely delicious. Absolutely great. Oh my goodness. Straight heads. What we love to see. That's what we like to see at Upstate. That's all we do. That's what get us the hashtag Spartan magnified right there. Looks like a heavy push from Neon with the wall. Nice pick. Oh. Making KJ util. Everyone's... Ooh! Nice Omen headshot. Alright. Now, let's start scaring this KJ. Let's all surround her and then jump on her. That's the plan. And then she, you know, KJ diff. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely delicious. Good job, Upstate. You ate that up. Looks like a heavy push from Neon with the wall. Nice pick. Oh. Making KJ util. Everyone's... Ooh! Can I take 5? JK, guys, I'm having a great time. I'm just very nervous. I didn't have my GPT script prepared for this, though. Looks like Upstate's pushing through sewer. Not Upstate. I forgot we switched sides, guys. Looks like the enemy team's pushing through sewer, but you know what? We should have stopped at that real quick. 2K by KJ. Really nice. Very delectable. Looks like our fade got shot in the kneecaps, but you know what? That's okay. Our Neon's here to save the day. Our Neon and our own. All we have to do is hit that headshot. Very juicy headshot. Very buttery lobster. Who's excited? And they're both about to peek. Oh! You know, I thought they were both going to peek there, and I thought he was going to get an assist, and I was going to say a funny line like, friendship is magic, or, you know, something like that. But, you know, that's okay. We can save that joke for another round. Alright, looks like we're at 6 and 7. Who's excited for round 6 and 7? I know I am. Alrighty. Ooh. Neon and Cypher gunfight mid. Both sheriffs. Nobody won, but it looks like Cypher got his health dinked. Oh. Nice. Oh, nice wall bang by our KO. Looks like they're trying to push up and play off of that. Nice picks. KJ has bomb. Now, is KJ going to go plant or is she going to go fight? And she can't even do anything. She can't even plant if she wanted to. Because you know what? Upstate's going to put a stop to that. Oh. What I say? What I say, chat? What I say? Hell yeah. Am I allowed to say that? Okay. Okay, no more 6-7. 6-7 has ceased. We're now at 6-8. But oh my gosh, guys, I didn't even show you. I don't even have my own jersey, but I was loaned a jersey. Look at the merch that we have here. Mid showed his off. I don't have my gamer tag on the back of it, unfortunately, because you know I'm just so cool.
Planted.
Okay, technical difficulty, guys, but we're back. We're so back. I'm trying to fix my headband, but you know what? It's okay. Since I'm the caster, I have my sole obligation is to only talk. That's all I'm good for, allegedly. Okay, Rich just threw a heart at me, and now I feel 10 times better because the rest of my team is being really rude. You know what? Who's excited for this Upstate win? Because I know I am. Did you just get me scratching my nose? I thought, okay. Alright, we got a smoke on A. Look, oh, no smoke on sewers. Oh, nope, lied. Smoke on sewers. Oh my goodness. Nice 2K by our fade. Absolutely delicious. KJ tries to end his career. But he doesn't get to do it. Nope, he ended it. But that's okay. Stop the plant. They stopped the plant. This is good. This is good. Nice. This is beautiful. This is amazing. See, the thing is, report for TK. If I'm not gonna lie, guys. I really can't have a lot of commentary on these agents because I only play Astra. I only play smokes. So what I'm looking at is I have a small understanding of the game, but not just a tiny bit. I like the colors. You know, when we get our league team, if I'm not playing, I will be the caster. That I can promise. I will promise. Looks like they have some KJ util in garage. Looks like they're trying to push through B. I need to see Upstate trying to attack this. KJ util absolutely frying our Omen. Just nice picks all around. Nice picks all around. They're about to get this. They got it. Amazing. Delicious. Absolutely buttery. So smooth. Okay. I don't even know. It looks like we have some funds. Looks like we have some money. Looks like we can make some things shake with this. Who's gonna buy the op? I don't know. Are we gonna op? I don't know. But you know what? Ugh. It's okay. Because we have our biggest Tharka fan on our team. Okay, we have enemy Omen smoke on site. Oh, we're about to get the fattest KO flash. See if we can get some picks with this. Oh, 2, 3. 3 down. You go to just start spraying. That's all you have to do. They can't see, but I see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think he liked that. I think he liked that a lot. Guys, this is great. We're doing so well. We're doing amazing so far. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we get this buy phase. Is everyone just going for Vandals? Where are the Phantoms at? Who's... There's my Phantom. Okay, now they're going on a timeout. I have a minute to talk about whatever I want to, I'm assuming. I ranked up. Guys, I did that. Look at us. They won the first round on Pearl. We won the second round on Breeze. Now we're about to lock it down on Haven. I'm so excited for this. But I just got out of Iron. I'm Bronze 3. I'm so excited for myself. I'm so happy for that. You know, maybe I could apply to be a sub for the Valorant team and then get us another dub. Watch out for that, Mitch. Watch out for that. Alright, we got a smoke on A. Look, oh, no smoke on sewers. Oh, nope, lied. Smoke on sewers. Oh my goodness. Nice 2K by our fade. Absolutely delicious. Air fried. Absolutely delicious. If you can't tell, I'm a little hungry. Alright, this timeout is about to end in 5 seconds. Let's get the lock in. Let's see where Upstate decides to be ratty today. Okay, so they just absolutely beat up my Neon, but that's okay because we have her teammates to back that up. To get that trade. DL Valorant trade. Okay, so our KO has been spotted. Got some info on him. Let's hope that no one else gets absolutely tapped out. Maybe they can retake this really fast. Oh, nice 2K. Now we're throwing down ult. Let's see what else we can get out of here. Ooh, 3, that's 3. Bro, double KJ ult? Our KJ ult's better. We're just better. Initiated. Alright, looks like we have Indica. Where's Sativa? We don't know. We got some enemy Omen smokes. Garage.
Spike planted.
Let's see if the biggest Tharka fan. Oh, still got the trade. Best trade. Now he get this defused. Now he just needs one more ult point. for that TP. Let's see if we can get another redo of that other replay that we had on Breeze. Now that was absolute cinema. Amazing play. Just amazing. Let's see if we can get away. Look, we're at match point already. Oh, I'm so excited.
Enemy remaining.
That's a quick pick. Sergeant going for the ace! Gets it! That is an ace for USC Upstate, and the round goes to them! Phenomenal.
Guys.
Find you.
We're going to Soda Cup City. Me and Rich. Me and some other folks. It's gonna be a great time. Ah, you know what? They got some damage done. That's all they needed. Omen's low. Let's see if they can scout him out and get rid of him before he can smoke anymore. We don't need any more smokes. We don't need you. Get out.
I know
Let's go.
exactly where you are.
Looks like they're trying to...
There.
Oh. You know what? That's okay. I don't really know what happened in the stream, but I can still see.
Spike planted.
Looks like they're throwing some util battle. Let's see who wins. Looks like the Omen was able to get a pick on our fade. And the biggest target fan. He got it up. And then our KO. Looks like it's 2v2. He's waiting for the peek. Got intel, he knows where he's at.
Player
Oh
standing.
my lordy lord. It's okay. Because the biggest target fan is... He's still the biggest and the baddest. He's the biggest and the baddest. We will get through this. Because it's last round. Match point. We have to win. We have to. That's just how the game works. So let's talk. But yeah, on Saturday, me, Rich, Nick, the best director we've ever had in the world, we're going to Soda Cup City. About to watch a big LAN in Colombia. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna eat some good food that I don't have to pay for, and I'm so excited. See, they peak garage, util battle over here. Hoping they get some damage on some folks. Doesn't look like it happens. Looks like they're trying to hard push B. Upstate needs to retake. See what's going on here. Looks like some people being ratty. Mr. Nebula over here in the KJ. And the biggest target at the end. Gets the kill. Oh my goodness. Just 2 picks left. Just two kills left is all they need. And he's and you know what? Michael is the biggest. He's the baddest. He's the butteriest. He's the saltiest. We love that so much. Now that was a big upstate win. That was so fire. That was so delicious. Guys, we won. We won the game. Ah! We won the game. Look at that. On Breeze and Haven. Personally, I think Breeze is so but the Upstate guys love it so much. And then we have team victories going on over here. Who? And now we're getting ready for Overwatch scrim. I think it's actually started already. All right, guys. Well, that was Upstate for you. Good job to our Upstate team. Did an amazing job. So proud of them. So excited for what we have next. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. I hope you have an amazing night. I hope you eat well, sleep well. And if you come back to watch this replay, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching our Spartans play this amazing game. Thank you so much. And have a good one. Very nervous. Oh, okay. Oh my god, Omen 3K? Oh my goodness.
Remaining.
It's a quick pick. Sergeant going for the ace! Gets it! That is an ace for USC Upstate, and the round goes to them. Phenomenal playing out of biggest Starja fan. Shout out Jackson, who is Upstate getting a good read. They're just saying, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with that. I don't know how many more people are in there. Good save there. Upstate, unfortunate for him, but he knows that he's not on spike. He knows he has to be close. He senses it. His spidey senses are tingling. That's a quadra, and he's cooking. That is a quadra for Upstate. 8-2. Aloysius, one man alive. Finds a pick, finds two, but he's not going to be able to get it. This spike is gone. It's past him. Oh, they're right next to each other. Flash doesn't connect. Spots him out of the corner of his eye. Finds the kill. Upstate scrambling to get these guns now.
Flash. Let's see if they can finish him off. Nice pick from our Neon. I'm not gonna lie, every single pick that it's been, absolutely delicious. Absolutely great. Oh my goodness. Straight heads.
Upstate getting a good read. They're just saying, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with that. I don't know how many more people are in there. Good save there. Upstate.
All right, we got a smoke on A. Look, oh, no smoke on sewers. Oh, nope, lied. Smoke on sewers. Oh my goodness. Nice 2K by our fade. Absolutely delicious. KJ tries to end his career. Very nervous. Okay. Oh my god, Omen 3K? Oh my goodness.